Hey YouTubers, Mike Borders with the Mike Borders channel. Thank you for watching. Today we are talking bathtub faucets and that little lever or tab on your faucet that redirects the water from the faucet to the shower overhead. That is called a diverter. And in the event that your diverter is not working or it's very difficult to pull up, there are a few things that usually cause this. So let's head to the bathroom and take a look. All right, YouTubers, in the bathroom now. On the top portion, we have our handle. Inside that little handle is our stem or cartridge, and it feeds into our internal water valve. And what's happening is when we turn on the water, that is perfect. There are no leaks, there are no issues. However, when we try to pull this diverter up, it is very hard. And as you can see here, it took a long time. And I'll go ahead and close it. And again, it's very hard to pull up. And as you can hear, it kind of makes some vibrating noises. So what I want to do is shut that diverter, and I'm going to allow all this water to drain out. And from here, come under here. Feel around underneath here and see if you can feel a hole. And I can feel a hole, and in most cases, in the event that you have a hole right here, this is secured on the actual connection point here, as well as secured by a screw. So figure out what screw and go ahead and loosen up and remove that screw. All right, YouTubers, quick update. I tried a hex, I tried a flathead and Phillip, and there is no screw in here, believe it or not. So in most cases, you'll have plumber's putty or caulk that creates a watertight seal around the entire portion of your faucet. However, we don't. So all we're going to do is carefully turn it counterclockwise. That was pretty easy, actually. I'm surprised it went that easily. There's the hole I'm talking about, and as you can see here, it just looks hollow. So kind of looks like a screw goes there, but there is not one there. There's the inside, very, very dirty. And I'm just going to continue removing or unscrewing this faucet. Again, make sure your water is in the full off position. And there's the pipe that comes out, the copper pipe. You see a little bit of Teflon tape. There's the inside of it. Let's head out to the kitchen and I'll show you what to do next. All right, YouTubers, got a workbench basically set up on the stove, believe it or not. What we got, a couple rubber gloves, and we've got a thin cutting board, some paper towel. Very important. This is the white vinegar that is going to remove all that internal calcium that is built up in this actual faucet over the years, and hopefully turn this diverter into what it was, brand new. And I have a large bowl that we are going to pour the white vinegar in and submerge this faucet in the actual bowl and vinegar. So what I want to talk about real quick, as you can see here, it's very dirty. Can't really see much calcium buildup. Going inside, a lot of calcium buildup in there, and you can't really see it down here, but I can. There's some calcium buildup deep in the portion of the faucet down here as it makes that turn and comes out the actual bottom portion of the faucet. So again, in the event, oh, it's really hard now. I can't even pull this knob up easily with one hand, and pushing it down is very difficult too. So yeah. At this point, I have the rubber gloves on, and all I'm going to do in the next step is pour the vinegar into the actual mixing bowl. And what I'm ultimately going to do is I want to submerge this portion of the actual faucet. This back portion, calcium doesn't really interfere with this portion, the diverter, because as you can see, it's the external portion of the piping and plumbing, and it doesn't really play a role or interfere with the operation of this diverter. The reason I have paper towel is I'm going to submerge the paper towel in the actual vinegar, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the actual faucet with this paper towel. And this paper towel is going to be able to remove all the calcium on the external portion of the faucet further up that connects itself to the wall. What I have here now, 3 little pieces of paper towel still connected. And again, I'm just going to wrap the faucet. And from here, what I want to do, I'm going to grab one more paper towel and actually submerge it in the vinegar and put it inside the inner portion of the faucet. From here, again, that is the opening that connects itself to the wall, the diverter down below, and I'm going to fully submerge the diverter. Now, from here, in order for this to work to its best ability, you want to let this sit in this vinegar and have it wrapped for a minimum of 24 hours. Again, that is going to allow this vinegar to fully calcify this entire faucet and diverter properly. So, in the event that you only have one shower or one bathroom, plan your baths or showers accordingly. Quick update, YouTubers, it's only been a couple minutes. However, the more I looked at this bowl and saw how the actual faucet and diverter was positioned, and I didn't really like it, so I went and got this pitcher and I'm going to throw it away after this project is done. So the vinegar that I poured in the mixing bowl, I'm going to actually pour it in the pitcher. And as you can see, the actual diverter is much more submerged than it was sitting in this bowl. One additional thing I want to point out, now that I grabbed this pitcher, I opened up this portion of the faucet and looked way down in there, and the actual thread, I removed that paper towel that I put in there, and that internal thread is submerged. So that is awesome. I like the pitcher a lot better than the mixing bowl. Back in the bathroom, and while that actual faucet and diverter soaks in the vinegar, come back in here, the copper pipe, and begin removing all of the Teflon tape from the thread. What we'll do prior to inserting and securing the faucet back on the thread, we will add new Teflon tape. And whatever you do, while you do it, do not harm the thread and keep your water off. Tell your family members the shower is off limits. All right, YouTubers, making progress. The old Teflon tape is removed. I cleaned the thread, and while that actual faucet and diverter are submerged in the vinegar, you might as well complete a few additional steps, meaning removing the old Teflon tape and applying the new Teflon tape. Now, this is a very important step. Some plumbers do it, some plumbers don't. It's all personal preference. However, I'm going to apply this Teflon tape in the same direction that I'm going to turn the actual faucet on the thread. So with that said, I'm going to come up top and apply it in this direction. And I'll need both hands as I make that turn. I'm going to press that Teflon tape in all the thread and make 2 to 3 turns around. Making progress. This is my 4th turn, believe it or not. And again, as you apply this Teflon tape, do your best to work it in to the actual thread. From here, as you insert the faucet and secure it, it is going to secure itself in the same direction the Teflon tape is applied. Next step, verify no Teflon tape is obstructing this hole and interfering with the flow of water. That would not be good. At this point, we just wait. We'll see you in 24 hours. All right, YouTubers, welcome back 24 hours later. And as we can see inside here, check that out. There is a bunch of grime down at the bottom of this actual pitcher. Look at that. So what we're going to do now is put on the rubber gloves and pull the actual faucet out of the vinegar, rest it on our paper towel here, and we're going to unwrap it and see how that actual diverter works. At this point, I got the faucet removed from the actual paper towel that was submerged in that pitcher, and as you noticed earlier in the project, I could barely pull this diverter knob up with one hand. Now it is super easy, as you can see here. So what we're going to do, let's head back to the bathroom and secure this on the thread of the copper pipe coming out of the tile. Back in the bathroom, from here, get a good feel for that internal thread on the actual thread of the copper pipe. Do not cross thread this. Get a real good feel and carefully and slowly align that thread properly and turn the actual faucet. Okay, I've got a good feel for that thread, and that Teflon tape again is an awesome product, and it is going to help create that watertight seal. You do not want to over tighten this. However, you definitely want it snug. I think at this point, it's not going to allow me to do a full turn because it will scrape the tile pretty good. From here, 2 fingers. Look at that. And it basically falls by itself. From here, I'm going to turn on the water. What we're going to test is the diverter. That was super easy to pull out. Look at that. And what we'll do is push 1 hand and 2 fingers. How awesome. Successful DIY project. That's it, YouTubers. See, a quick, friendly DIY, do-it-yourself type project, and hopefully this video helps you solve your diverter issues. From here, do us a favor. Below the video, you will see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely go to your settings and turn on your YouTube notification bell. Once you do that, every video that we upload, you will be notified. You will be able to stay up to date with us, and that will be awesome. Hey, thanks again for watching.